Why did my live just end? Wait, was I live at all just now? Was I live just now, or was I talking to myself? I keep getting oh, I had one viewer, now they're gone. I keep getting notifications, and I thought I was live. Maybe I wasn't. That is so pathetic. Anyway, perchance I wasn't just live. I'm gonna answer the last couple questions that I just answered. Okay, we're doing Would You Rather. First one, would you rather speak your mind or never be able to speak again? Speak my mind because I can't shut up. You literally couldn't pay me to stop talking. Okay. Would you rather live in a utopia as a normal person or in a dystopia, but you're the ruler? Utopia, normal person. I don't have the fight. I don't have the fire in me to like force people to do what I want them to do. I don't care. Like, do what you want to do, have what you want to have. I feel like at the end of the day that doesn't concern me. And even if I were your ruler, I would like, shoot, like, do what you need to do, like, have what you need to have. People need to stop trying to talk to me. I'm busy right now. Oh yeah, and then it was like, would you rather know the history of every object you touched, or would you rather be able to talk to animals? I want to be able to talk to animals. And then I was thinking, I have animals on my bed. They weren't talking about my stuffies. They were talking about real animals. That's so embarrassing. But real question, real talk. Would I rather be able to talk to real animals or my stuffed animals? I don't know. Anyway, oh my goodness. Okay. Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future? 10 minutes. I don't need to know all that. That's none of my business. Why do I want to? All that could come from me knowing what's going to happen in 150 years is like pure panic. I don't imagine that anything good. I'm not going to say disaster. Nah. Some disastrous things are going to happen in 150 years that I don't need to know about. I can't lie to y'all, chat. I feel like in 150 years, there's going to be some heavily disastrous things that are going to outweigh whatever good we have going on, which is a dark like way to say that, but I can't imagine that we're doing anything like beneficial. Like, I'm sure there are good things going on, but like bettering the world and bettering us as a people versus how we're damaging ourselves as people, I feel like that's going to be worse now. I mean, worse then than it is now. And I feel like whatever good we have going on then isn't going to be as good as we have it going on now. Like, it's just going to keep depleting. I feel like, you see how much I can talk? Like, imagine me never being able to speak again. I think my head would explode. Would you rather lose all of your money and valuables or all of the pictures you've ever taken? Dang. I guess the only, like, valid answer is all of my pictures. Because what sense is it to lose all your money and valuables? I mean, that's insane. At least if you have your valuables, like, even if you don't have your pictures, your valuables could be like videos or drawings, stuff like that, paintings and stuff. I don't know. Would you rather live without the internet or live without AC and heating? Ooh. Okay, let's be real though. People live without AC and heating, right? Or am I tripping? That's a really sad thing. You see? Do you see? This is not good for me to be like, oh, I'd rather freeze or like burn up as long as I have my internet. That is a tragic answer, but I'm afraid it's true. I'm afraid it's true, chat. I think I would rather have my internet. That's really sad. Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue? I literally don't know what that means. A golden voice or a silver tongue. I've never heard that before. Would you rather be feared by all or loved by all? Loved by all. I do not understand I don't know if you'd call it like a trope or like aspect of being feared or being seen as mysterious or like what's the word, elusive, or like, no one knows what she's thinking, no one knows what she has going on, or like intimidating. Like, you want people to be like, ooh, like, what is she thinking, what is she saying, I don't know if I can go talk to her. No, like, I want people to look at me and be like, I hope, and know, like, if I can't talk to anyone else, at least I can talk to Kayla. Like, that's what I want. I don't want people to feel like, dang, I have no one else and I don't even know if she'll talk to me. Like, that's a shame. That's a shame. I want to be loved by all. Would you rather be able to control fire or water? Water. Duh. When I watched, okay, first of all, let me state something real quick. Y'all don't know Avatar Last Airbender like I know it, okay? I grew up, and when I say grew up, I'm talking like 6 years old to like 12 years old, watched that show, right? I mean, I'm talking like birth till whenever I decided to let go of it. How old was I? Maybe, like I said, 12, from like birth to like 12, because we watched it when it was on. We watched it in the library. We used to check it out and keep it at home. Like, we have some of the DVDs that are not ours because we accidentally took them. I'm talking like history with that show, right? And when I was younger, I used to feel bad for the Fire Nation because I was like, fire destroys things. Fire isn't necessarily, it's alive and it lives, but it doesn't give life, right? And I was like, water gives life. It feeds. It like, it carries. It's alive as well. And it kind of, I don't know. And Qatar was that girl. You feel what I mean? So water. Long story long, water. Would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts? Whatever the second answer is, take that. Or for everyone you know to have access to your internet history? Shoot, internet history. There's nothing up there except for how to make chocolate chip cookies, I don't know, braiding hairstyles, braiding tutorials, baking, sewing, stuff like that. Like, have it all. I don't care. Excuse me. Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere or be able to read minds? Ooh. I think teleport anywhere. Things like reading people's minds and seeing into the future, or like rewinding time. I feel like those are all aspects of things that I shouldn't have my hands on. You feel what I mean? Like, whatever you're thinking is in your head for a reason. I don't know it for a reason. It's in your head. Like, whatever's going on in the future, I'm not there because I'm not supposed to know any of that. Whatever happened 1,000 years ago, I'm not there 1,000 years ago because it wasn't my time. You feel what I mean? Like, so all that stuff that I don't know, or that I could not know unless I have like had a power, I feel like I should just go on about my day not knowing it. You feel what I mean? But being able to teleport anywhere, that's cool. If I wanted to, guys, be real. What's in California? Like, what is in California? Because every time I hear about California, two things I hear about California. All the influencers live there, and it stays lit up. It stays like it is always on fire. There is always a fire in California. And I'm like, what are y'all doing except for evacuating all the time? And I mean that like, I mean that sincerely. What is, you feel what I mean? Like, is there anything, do you feel safe is what I'm trying to say. Do you feel safe? Because between the fires and the earthquakes and the mudslides, I'm like, are y'all relaxed even? Do y'all enjoy it there even? That's real. Would you rather never age physically or mentally? Physically. What? If I could pick an age, maybe like 21 is young, but that's really young. I want to be grown up, but young. So maybe like 25, right? But mentally, I know everything that I need to know. I'm wise. I'm a wise 25-year-old looking person. Like, yes, I think that's what I would want. Would you rather have an unlimited international first class ticket or never have to pay for food at restaurants? Now, there's a good question right there. Unlimited international first class ticket. The thing is, guys, I want to travel, but I feel like I wouldn't travel that much versus like eating. I eat every day. I eat multiple times a day. Like, but with that being said, I don't eat out very much. I usually eat at home. And if I like have to go someplace, I'll pack food from home. Like I don't buy a lot of food. So, hmm. I feel like most of you guys are going to say the food though. So, IDK. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go with unlimited first class though, cuz there are places I want to go. And there's so many places you can go. You feel what I mean? So, yeah. Would you rather see what was behind every closed door? Hang on. I can't see what it says. Would you rather see what was behind every closed door or be able to guess the combination of every safe on the first try? See, that's one of those things where I'm like, I don't care. Whatever you have behind the door is closed. Whatever you have in your safe, the safe is locked. Why do I need to get in there? I don't care. I don't know. Why would I care about that? I feel like whatever you have in your safe, I don't need to have. It's yours. And whatever's behind a closed door, I feel like you close that door for a reason. You feel what I mean? Because most of the time we leave our doors open or cracked. So if the door is closed, what I'm looking behind the closed door for? I don't know. I guess a closed door. If you have a safe, I feel like there's something valuable in there, and I'm not gonna take your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want your things. So I don't know. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life? Ooh, see, I don't like stuff like that. You feel what I mean? Whatever happened. I don't need to try and change it. And then also like pause button. Could I pause it without it like taking or giving time on my life? I don't like messing with time. Messing with time trips me up. Like I've watched shows where they mess with time and it like throws me off. So I'm like, if I had the ability to hit the pause on something, I don't know if I would. Although rewinding has to be more disastrous than pausing, right? Guys, the indigestion goes crazy. I think I'm going to do pause button. My friend is texting me about school. It's still very much Sunday. I'm not reading that until tomorrow. I hope she's not asking me something. All right. Hard would you rather questions. Okay. Would you rather be able to detect any lie you hear or get away with any lie you tell? I don't lie, guys. I guess I just feel like if I needed to lie, I would want someone to believe it and not question me, you know? But I don't lie. So, and I'm bad. If I feel like I need to deter someone, I'm really bad at it. That's the only kind of lying I might do is like try to get your mind on something else. But I think I'd rather be able to detect a lie. Except for I feel like only in a situation where I would genuinely want to know if you were telling the truth or not. If you just lie about things, I don't need to know, oh, she just told a whole bunch of lies. I don't really care, you know? But if I'm like, this is a serious conversation, I need you to be honest with me, and you lied to me, I would want to know if you lied to me. So yeah, I think detect a lie. Would you rather, OMG, guys, leave me alone, I'm busy. Would you rather get, oh, I thought it said, would you rather get with your boss? I'm like, what's going on? Would you rather get with your boss to get promoted, okay, or give up the promotion? Wait, is it saying what I thought it said? Would you rather get with your boss to get promoted, or would you give up the promotion? Y'all. One viewer, did you hear that? Let me read it again. Would you rather get with your boss to get promoted or give up the promotion? Listen. What do you look like? Is he fine? I'm joking. I don't know. Shoot. That's heavy. It shouldn't be heavy, but it's kind of heavy. I guess y'all. I guess give up the promotion. Give up the promotion. Come on, give it up. Give it up. Dang, was the promotion good? Like, was it? Anyway, would you rather be a hopeless romantic or hopeful unromantic? Who wrote this, chat? Would you rather be a hopeless romantic or hopeful unromantic? Does that mean I hope that things work out for me, but I'm not trying to like go out of my way to make it work, and I'm not trying to go out of my way to be like ishy gushy lovey dovey, versus I am gushy and like romantic and stuff, but there's no way I'm gonna be in love? Does that mean, does hopeless romantic mean I'm not gonna be in love, but I love romance? Is that what that means? And then hopeful unromantic means that I am gonna fall in love, but I'm not romantic about it? I have no idea what that means. Thinking that I think it means what I think it means, I'm gonna say hopeful unromantic, because I don't have to be romantic to be in love. You feel what I mean? We could have like a goofy romance versus me being, my hand looks massive when I put it right there. Versus me being like super lovey-dovey all the time and it doesn't even matter because I'm never gonna be in love. That's sad. Okay. Would you rather have too many friends or too few? Too few? Here's the thing. I feel like if you have two best friends, if you have one best friend and y'all are truly locked in, I feel like that's enough. You don't need to have 10 friends just for the sake of having like a group of friends. If you have one friend that you feel like you really vibe with, I don't really see why you would ever need to have a group of people unless you just like throwing parties or something. And if that's the case, go to the club with your best friend. I don't know. Like, do you have to have a bunch of friends? I'm going to say too few, because too many, I've been in a situation where I had a lot of friends and just felt like I barely talk to you, but I call you my friend. And I know that you call me your friend, and that's cool, but I don't really know anything about you, you know? And it's like, it's cool to have those kind of friends and have people know who you are and like know your name and know that you're nice and know that you'll be there for them and all that. But at the end of the day, it's good also to have really, really close, like just a couple of friends that you know really well and that you love and are gonna like, you know, all that. Gag, but I'm being for real. Okay. Would you rather have no taste buds or be colorblind? That's a hard one. That's so sad. I think no taste buds. Cause here's the thing, chat. Food is good and all that. But as long as I'm not hungry, like, OMG, as long as I can eat and like not be starving, I would rather be able to see and like experience what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Taste buds that's a hard one, but I think I would rather not be colorblind. Wait, when they say colorblind, are they talking like true black and white? Or are they talking about like where you get colors mixed up? I think they're talking about like true colorblind, like you don't see colors. I don't want to be able to not see colors. That's a really freaking hard one. What do you guys think? I think I would rather have no taste buds. I don't know. Would you rather never hear music again or lose the ability to read? What? Why are these sad? These are not supposed to be sad. Would you rather never hear freaking music again or lose the ability to read? I guess lose the ability to read, because people can read for me and I can hear it and I can understand. But people can't listen to music for me. I have to be able to do that. So yeah, I would rather, please, I would rather lose the ability to read. Would you rather find true love or be rich? Find true love, because then I'm rich. Gag. Would you rather be the richest person in the world or the smartest? That's a good question, because being the richest person in the world, having money is fun. Being the smartest person in the world, I feel like I don't need to be the smartest person in the world to get by. And I don't mean like barely live my life, but I mean like, do what I need to do and be happy and be successful. I don't need to be the smartest. If I'm just smart and I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about, I'm well read, I'm a good conversationalist, all that, and I have money, I feel like I'd be better off than just being the smartest. What would being the smartest get me? Unless being really smart wins me like a Nobel. But Nobel Prize winners aren't rich, are they? Please, let me slow down. God, not too much. Unless being really smart can win me an award for money or something, I don't see why I need to be that smart. Wait, no, yeah. Smart people have money. If I invent something, that gets me money. But if I'm the richest person in the world, I don't have to be smart. That's terrible. I don't know. Shortcut to richness. Just start off rich. I think I'd rather be the richest person than like the smartest person. Cause I'm smart enough. I don't need to be like a genius. I don't know. Would you rather sound like Jar Jar Binks for the rest of your life or Siri? Who is Jar Jar Binks? Am I tripping, guys? I've never heard that name in my life. I don't know what that means, but Siri, her voice is, we've all heard Siri. I don't know who Jar Jar Binks is, so I'm gonna go with Siri and be on the safe side, I feel like. Would you rather create history or delete it? What the crap kind of question is that? How do you delete? Wait, oh, I see what you're saying. Would you rather create something that's gonna like go down in history, or would you rather be able to delete an event in history? Create. Because if I can create it, then maybe it's supposed to be. But if I can only delete events in history, whatever happened. I'm not going around deleting things. You feel what I mean? That's like going back in time and trying to change stuff. What happened already done happened. Changing it is not gonna, deleting it is not gonna, you feel what I mean? Leave it alone. Would you rather talk like Yoda? This one's funny. Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader? That's really funny. And difficult. I don't know. Darth Vader breathes loud as I don't know what. And Yoda, his voice is okay because he's Yoda. But if a normal person sounded like that, you feel what I mean? Like, I don't know if that would be it. I don't know. I guess because I'm like, if I talk like Yoda, I don't have to talk all the time. But if you're Darth Vader, whether you're talking or not, people can hear you. People know you're coming. Oh, shoot, here comes Kayla. She's breathing loud. Breathing so freaking loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know you're coming and they dread it. Versus like, oh, here she comes. Hopefully she doesn't say anything. As long as she stands there quietly, we're good. You know? Or like, when you're talking, but here's the thing, you don't ever really stop breathing. So whether I'm talking or not, you might not want to hear me like come around because my breathing is so loud. I guess I'm gonna say talk like Yoda. That one took some thought, I can't lie. Y'all, my stomach hurts. Anyway, would you rather age from the neck up or the neck down only? Age neck up only or age neck down only? I'm gonna go with age neck up only because at the end of the day, if my body is tea, my body is tea. Like, whether my face is old and wrinkly and I have like gray hair, if my body's tea, my body's tea. I don't know. Whatever. Would you rather have $1 million now or $5,000 a week for the rest of your life? The rest of my life. $5,000 a week for the rest of my life. Light work. Ow. I broke my rubber band. Yeah, $5,000 a week for the rest of my life. Not because I think that I would blow $1 million, but just because that's a steady income versus a fixed income that I feel like I have to try and budget. And you have to budget your money regardless, but $1,000 a week, yeah, because what's that? What's 5 times 4? That's $20,000 a month. Yeah. Okay. Would you rather see the world but live in poverty, or stay in one place and live rich? Why did they have to say live in poverty? Like, that's intense, you know, versus live at a normal or fixed income and stay in one place. You know what I'm saying? But live in poverty? I don't know. I don't think I would choose poverty. I think that I would hope to and I kind of don't like these rich questions. I don't really need to be rich. I just want to be well off. I want to be able to take care of myself and take care of my family if need be. You know what I mean? I just want to be comfortable. I don't have to be the richest person in the world, but stay in one place and live rich. When you say one place, you're talking about like one state or something? Like I can't leave this state. Here's the thing. How could I see the world if I live in poverty? How do I have the money to travel if I'm extremely poor? Am I overthinking these, chat? That one doesn't make sense. It literally says, would you rather see the world but live in poverty? What does that mean? Like every place I go, I have to stay where the people in poverty live? Because that doesn't sound very... All right, I'm gonna have to say stay in one place and live rich. Would you rather become famous or powerful? Famous, because I don't want to be powerful. I don't want to rule. I have no interest in controlling people. Do what you need to do. Love each other. Be careful. Like, don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt other people. Aside from that, do what you need to do. I don't need to have a hand on everything that you do. You feel what I mean? Would you rather become a creative person or a technical person? Creative. Would you rather be able to speak... What? Would you rather be able to speak whale or read babies' minds? Speak whale? Why whale? Why doesn't it say, like, animal? Why does it say whale? Do whales have, like, some sort of... Okay, wait, chill. Do whales use echolocation, or is that only dolphins? Or is that all... Sharks use echolocation, don't they? So yeah, why whales? What do whales do? Why would I speak whale? What's special about whale? I don't freaking know. But I'm trying to read a baby's mind. I need to know why you're crying. I need to know why you was fussing. Would you rather have legs as long as your fingers, or fingers as long as your legs? That's gross. That's gross. Chat, that's gross. Legs as long as my fingers? Imagine that on my lower... Or fingers as long as your legs. Both of those are extremely creepy. Extremely creepy. Wait, I just realized they said as long as my legs. Not necessarily as thick and heavy as my legs, but... you know? But like my fingers can stay like this, but they have to be as long as my hands. That is still absolutely terrifying. But I think I'm going to have to go with long fingers. Yeah. Would you rather wake up in the morning Okay. Would you rather wake up in the morning looking like a giraffe or a kangaroo? Looking like a giraffe? Like my full body? Or like do I have spots like a giraffe? That's kind of cute. That's cute. That's cute. Giraffe. Would you rather walk in on your... Wait, whoa. Okay. Whoa. Would you rather... Hang on. All right, brace yourself. Are you ready? Would you rather walk in on your parents making out or have them walk in on you making love? I would rather see my parents making out. I can't lie. That's gross, but what is y'all in my business for? Anyway, would you rather have a foot long nose, okay, or a foot long tongue? Where would that even fit in my mouth? A foot long tongue? That sounds like I would swallow my tongue all the time on accident. A foot long nose? Is that like out to here? And or a foot long tongue, which would be like, why are these freaky? These are weird. A foot long nose or a foot long tongue? Foot long tongue seems like it would be hard to breathe, hard to talk, hard to eat. Foot long nose may not be the cutest thing, but at least I can live my life. I'm going to go with foot long nose. Foot long tongue sounds like you'd just be walking around with your tongue hanging out all the time. No. Would you rather eat a small can of dog food or 6 overripe bananas? I don't have a dog. I've never had to feed a dog food. I don't know what it smells like. But I know that, like, people make jokes on TV all the time about, like, people accidentally eating dog food. Except for those are usually, like, treats, not, like, the mushy dog food, right? If it's dry... No, it says can. I was like, if it's dry food, like kibble, I could down a can of kibble. But, wet dog food, first of all, isn't dog food raw? Or am I tripping? Isn't it, like, raw chicken? It's not cooked, is it? Or maybe it is. I don't know. Because you know how, like, you can feed a cat... Wait. You know how you can feed a dog real food? Like, you could feed a dog spaghetti or, like, chicken and rice, stuff like that. If they had a can of chicken and rice, but it was for a dog, throw that back real quick. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. 6 overripe bananas is just really intense. The thing is, overripe, that's not rotten. If you go ahead and mush it down, like really mush it down and eat it cold, it may not be that bad. I'm gonna go with 6 overripe bananas. That can't be too bad, right? Would you rather have a head too big for your body or a high-pitched baby voice? High-pitched baby voice. That's kind of cute. That would be so annoying to listen to, but a head too big for my body sounds like I would be like tipping forward, tipping back, tipping side to side. That doesn't sound very nice. Would you rather bleach your hair neon green for the rest of your life or only have one eyebrow? One eyebrow? Wait, neon green hair? It's not ideal, but like if your hair was neon green root to tip, right? It would look natural at a certain point. You feel what I mean? Like nobody has neon green hair, but like you would just have neon green hair. It wouldn't be like a big deal. But I was going to say like one eyebrow is not a big deal because like my eyebrows, one. Like they're barely there. So if you like shave this off, it would pretty much look the same. So I'm like, for me, that's not that big a deal because my eyebrows are barely there anyway. But if I had neon green hair for the rest of my life, I feel like I could pull that off. Chat, what do you guys think? Can I pull off neon green hair? I feel like I could. But I could also do the one eyebrow thing. Because look, I have no eyebrows. I mean, I could do like the one eyebrow thing. Because I have no eyebrows. One eyebrow is a little... I don't know. I think neon green hair. I can't lie. I'm gonna do neon green hair. I think I could pull that off. Would you rather brush your teeth with hot sauce or ranch dressing? Honestly, neither of those sound that bad. I love ranch. I love ranch. Hot sauce isn't bad. Hot sauce isn't bad. I'm gonna have to go with hot sauce because it's thinner. Ranch is really thick, and that might be like harder to stomach. Even though I really like it. I'm reading these next questions. Okay, here's another one. Wait, that looks like the same thing. I'm trying to keep these family friendly, chat. That one's a little bit. Weird questions to ask a girl. Let's do this one. I don't know why these are weird questions to ask a girl specifically, but they seem fairly normal. The other ones were a little whacked. I don't know what you guys are on. Why you would put that on paper, but okay. If you could morph two animals to create the ultimate pet, which animal would you choose and why? A duck and a pig, because pigs have like super cute curly tails and like round bodies, like round, and then they could have like little webbed feet and a beak. That sounds so freaking cute. Those two, a pig and a duck. Would you rather have fingers as long? Oh, we already did that one. If you were a vegetable, which one would you be and why? If I were a vegetable? If I were a vegetable. Who are you? Oh my gosh. If I were a vegetable, I feel like I don't know enough vegetables to choose one. I like sweet potatoes a lot. Let's do sweet potato. If I were a vegetable, I'd be a sweet potato. Because it's versatile. If animals landed on Earth and offered to take... I'm tripping. Aliens, not animals. If I was like, animals are already on Earth. If aliens landed on Earth and offered to take you home with them, would you go? No. Are there people really out here saying yes? You know nothing about those aliens. Those aliens are strangers. You're going home with strangers who don't even live here but live up. All right. They live nowhere near here and you're like, yeah, let's go. Okay. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck, scary, or 100 duck-sized horses? Wait. Duck-sized horses. 100's not that many. A bunch of little... Wait. I'm thinking, when I think duck, I'm thinking duckling. Like, little, like, this size horse coming at me, and there's like 100 of them. And what do you mean by, fight? Why am I fighting them? What do you mean by that? Fight a one horse-sized duck? That sounds scary. A horse-sized... Horses are big. And then imagine, like, the... Ducks are so cute. But I don't like things towering over me, like big things next to me. And horses are cute. Maybe because I'm used to, like, looking at horses. But a duck the size of a horse sounds scary. And I do not want to fight that thing. I would rather fight... What did it say? I would rather fight 100 duck-sized horses. Whether those be, like... Ducks aren't that big. Swans are big. And geese are big, but ducks are duck, the second one. If you could have any mythical creature as your protector, which one would you pick? I don't really know that much about mythical creatures. Wait, can it be like, okay, there's mythical and then there's like mystical. Mystical, I think, is like your unicorns and your mermaids and your, what's that other one? Unicorns, mermaids, and fairies and stuff. I didn't even... Wait. It wasn't seeing this. I didn't even do that, really. Guys, anyway. Mythical, I think, belongs under, like vampires and stuff like that. Does it? Mythical is like vampires? If it is, vampire. I would have a vampire as my protector. I can't lie. If you were a mad scientist, what scientific experiment would you run? That's a good one. That's a good one. Probably like, does this technically count as an experiment? Does it have to be like something freaky, like growing back a limb or something? I'd probably just say like curing some sort of really intense disease or something. That's the kind of experiment I would run, I feel like. It said mad scientist. That means it has to be something crazy. Regular scientists cure diseases all the time. If I'm a mad scientist, meaning I'm like just whipped with like all these different crazy ideas I'm trying to get to be real and like real time and happen and be successful, probably like grow back a limb, like, because people can't do that. Or, ooh, growing back a limb is crazy, but I think a scientific experiment to run would be like, I don't know, like trying out telekinesis or something, like trying to figure out if telekinesis is real. That's really cool. One of those, I don't know. Would you rather have the ability to speak all foreign languages or be able to talk to animals? It's a good question, because it's like I can already talk to people, but I'd be able to talk to more people or any person that I want if I could speak all the languages. But if I could talk to animals, that's a big deal. That's really cool. I don't know. I think speak all foreign languages, because I think part of what makes it so cool about owning a pet is that you don't know exactly what they're thinking. You have to be able to communicate through your actions towards them and like how they react to your actions. And I think that's cool. I think that's a really interesting form of communication. So I already talk to people, but it would be cool if I could talk to any person that I wanted. And I think that would be interesting. So like, yeah, foreign languages. If you were a ghost, who or where would you haunt? That's really sad. I feel like the idea of ghosts haunting places is really sad, because I'm like, you're just stuck here. You can't move on. You just are bound to like scaring people and just being here. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have no peace. That's sad. If I were a ghost though, where would I haunt? Probably like haunted houses. Is that dumb? Like, I'd probably just haunt haunted houses and make them really scary. And people, you know, be like, oh, that haunted house was awesome. It felt so real. Probably just haunted houses. So I could, like, be myself, I guess, and have fun with the fact that I'm dead versus, like, picking on people. That's not fun. If you could only eat foods of one color for the rest of your life, what color would you choose? Trying to think. Green comes to mind because anything green is usually good for you if it's like naturally occurring. So I'd be just like really healthy, you know. But also like tan colors, like brown, because I love oatmeal, I love rice, I love pasta, bread, potatoes. You feel what I mean? Like brown colors, tannish colors, or like corn cereal is kind of yellowy. Like cereal, you know what I'm saying? Or, but if I did green, I mean, there's candy that's green. At least I could have candy. Wait, but if I do like tan and brown, I could do chocolate too. So probably like, ooh, I don't know. Green or like brown? Like all shades of green or all shades of brown? Bread isn't green. Is there green bread? Not unless it's bad, right? But I was just thinking about how like have you ever gone for a long time without eating something leafy or without eating something? I eat vegetables a lot. I eat vegetables every day. I crave vegetables sometimes. And I feel like if I could only eat potato, I freaking love potatoes in every form. Mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, fries, wedges, tater tots, hash browns, all that, right? But at a certain point, I'm going to want some broccoli. I'm going to want some greens. I'm going to want some spinach or Brussels sprouts, something, a salad. I like that stuff. So I feel like, but could I live off that? I would really, really, really appreciate having some pancakes. You feel what I mean? Having pancakes. Having onion rings. Onion rings. Okay, I gotta go brown. That's insane. That's hard. If you had to wear one Halloween costume every day for a year, what would it be? Wait, every day for a year. Every day for just a year? Probably something like full body leotard or something, or like full body jumpsuit. You feel what I mean? Like a Catwoman suit, but not a leathery one, but like a, like I said, like a, is latex the word I'm looking for? Like polyester full body something, so that I'm comfortable all the time. It's one piece. I don't have to like wear a bunch of pieces if I don't want to, which sounds boring, but like every day for a year. Like I could sleep in it, I could run in it, I could stretch in it, I could like, you know what I'm saying? Probably just like a full body, something like that. I would say Catwoman. I can't think of anyone else who dresses like that. So yeah. Okay. Would you rather sneeze glitter or have tears be scented like lavender? Tears scented like lavender, because I sneeze a lot. I can't believe I haven't sneezed just during this live. I sneeze a lot. And glitter is hard to get out of stuff. And like it's cute in theory, but it's messy. And I think people would hate me if I sneezed glitter. I'd hate myself if I sneezed glitter. But I don't cry like ever. I'm it takes a lot to like make me want to cry. And then when I did, at least I could smell like lavender. So yeah. If you could choose any item to become the international symbol of peace, what item would you choose? A butterfly. A butterfly. I was thinking like a flower, because flowers grow everywhere, and like that symbolizes peace. Like the fact that flowers can grow anywhere, you should be able to have peace anywhere. But butterflies are free and they fly and they go wherever, and they're just so, I don't know, they're so free. You know, you when you think butterflies, you think free. And if you can't be free if you don't have peace. You can't live your life without boundaries if you can't allow peace with each other. So I don't know, either a flower or a butterfly. Would you rather live in a world where everyone whispers or a world where everyone shouts? Whispers. Ooh, wait, that's hard. That's hard, because now that I think about it, I was like, I don't want to live someplace where people are always yelling, because if you ever want to relax, you can't. But if you're angry and people are whispering, it's not like you can't hear them. You can tell that they're angry, so that's good. But whoa, I just got an ad. Hang on. Don't miss Alexander and the terrible, very bad road trip. Hang on. Wait. Alexander the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad road trip. I'm gonna have to watch that. Guys, that movie that was like Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, based on the book, I watched that movie down. I've seen that about, no lie, like 50 times. I could like quote it. You know what I'm saying? I love that movie, and I have it on DVD. The one with, Michael from The Office. I forget his name. Steve Carell. The one with Steve Carell. I love that movie. This is a new movie coming out in 2025. I might have to watch that. We'll see. But anyway, where'd my questions go? Okay. Yeah, so I was saying whispers or shouts. I was going to say whispers, but I absolutely cannot stand ASMR. I can't do it. It infuriates me. It is not relaxing. It's disgusting to me. It makes my skin crawl, and it makes me mad. It makes me really mad. I feel like I want to shatter your mic for you talking like that. Like, that's how, it makes me so mad. I can't stand it. So if I felt like everyone was doing ASMR around me all the time, I would lose my mind. I would rather you shout. You know what? Go ahead and shout. I could just, and I can still hear you. It just sounds like a whisper now. Yeah, go ahead and shout. Let's do shouts. I could handle that. I'm reading this list. This says unboring questions. These are all a little too gushy for me. Those are all kind of lame. Wait, what? Okay, I kind of like these. These are technically icebreakers. So, let's answer them. Guys, my glasses, the reason I keep like pulling my hair on the side is because my glasses keep getting caught on my hair and it hurts so bad. Anyway, what do you wish was illegal? I don't know, because here's the thing. People do illegal stuff all the time. So me wishing it was illegal, or me wishing that, like, you know, you could go to jail if you do that, that does not stop people from doing anything. So I don't know. What do I wish was illegal? Like I said, there's plenty of things that are illegal that people still do. So I don't know. Uh, I don't know. Skip. What do you guys think? What do you wish was illegal? I can't think of one. What was your most unrealistic purchase? I almost did one today. I don't know if this counts as unrealistic or just unnecessary, but I was in Pop Shelf today. Um, I got this plate and this really cute cup. I want to show you the plate, but I just ate on it, and so it doesn't look, you know, it's so cute though. It's really cute. So I got this plate and I got this cup. And I was gonna get this cute little like crocheted pink dinosaur. Just describing it makes me want to go back there and get it, but I didn't because I have pink stuffed animals already, and I was like, if I put it next to my other pink ones, I'm gonna have a lot of pink stuff, and I want my stuffed animals to be colorful. I don't want them to all be pink. So I didn't get it. But if I got it, that would have been unrealistic or unnecessary because I have a lot of pink ones already. I don't know if that's the answer I was supposed to give, but that's what I got. So. What was your... Oh, no, I just read that. What's the silliest thing that you're really good at? A silly thing that I'm good at? I don't think I have one. A silly thing that I'm good at, like, oh, that's a really weird talent, essentially, right? Uh, I don't know. All I can really say is that I'm kind of flexible. I can't show you that now because my stomach hurts, but I've always been able to like I'm really, I don't know how to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, you guys know who Sophie Dossi, okay. You guys know who Sophie Dossi is? I'm not flexible like she is. I'm flexible in a way where, like, I don't know, if I needed to squeeze through something, I could, like, create some sort of shape to get through it that most people can't do, if that makes any sense. So, I don't know. I realized that I was good at that when I was little. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've always been able to do a split. Like, I've never had to work for that. I got my back bend when I was, like, I don't even know how old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can... So, anyway, maybe that. Who knows? What's the craziest dare you ever took? I don't really take dares. Dares gross me out. I feel like dares are always, like, chugging something or eating something gross. And what are you kind of snobby about? The one that I just said, ASMR. I'm kind of snobby about ASMR. I hate it. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's relaxing. I don't think it's funny. Like, if someone started doing ASMR around me or started whispering to me, I would get an attitude so fast. It grosses me out. I don't like it. What old person things do you do? The only thing I can think is that, like, I like to bake from scratch, which isn't, like, an old thing to do, but it's kind of a traditional thing, I guess. Traditional in the sense where, like, I like to bake and I also like to sew. And I'm a girl. You know what I'm saying? Is that like an old person thing? I don't know. Oh, no, you know what's an old person thing to do? Watching like Hallmark movies and puzzles. Like doing puzzles on my phone. That's an old person thing that I do. I eat up mobile like word searches and like crossword puzzles. Yeah. That's the old person thing that I do. I like crosswords. I like puzzles. How do you feel about clowns? I like clowns. They don't freak me out. What is your go-to karaoke song? Bad Liar, Selena Gomez. I love that song. Talking pets or talking babies? I was going to say talking babies is so creepy to me, but talking pets, how could that not be creepy? That would be really creepy. But like, when I say talking babies is creepy, I mean like, have you ever seen a baby that looked so baby, you thought like, oh, that baby can't talk, and then it starts talking, you're like, how old are you? Like, I thought you were a baby who couldn't talk. That is freaky to me. That scares me every single time. Like, I physically jump when I see a baby that looks 9 months old to me, but in reality they're like 1.5, and they can actually say like half sentences, like yes please, or no thank you, or I want that. And then, you know, you hear them talk and it's like, you can talk? Like, that's creepy. That's creepy. But if it were normal for babies to talk, would I rather a baby talk or a pet talk? A baby, because I need to know what they're crying for. I said that earlier, yeah. I need to know why they're being all fussy and everything. What's your favorite seat on an airplane? I don't think I ever really cared. I've been on planes a lot, and I think I didn't like having an aisle seat because people would walk past me and I felt like I had to lean away. I didn't like that. I liked having a window seat, and I was cool being in the middle, but I didn't like the aisle seat. So probably a window seat or like a middle seat. What slang are you happy went out of fashion? Probably like sister this and sister that. I didn't like that. Or calling everything a mood. I didn't really care for that. I knew the mood and the sister thing were going to get played out, and I was waiting for that to happen because people said it all the time. Am I a hater, guys? Am I low-key a hater? What's your favorite way to waste time online? Pinterest. Light work. I'm on Pinterest right now. I just was supposed to say I'm always on Pinterest. I'm literally on Pinterest answering these questions. Pinterest. What's the best prank you've ever been a part of? I don't know. I think one time, I kind of, sort of, I don't really prank people, but one time I told my mom, I was like, it was funny to me because I was like 16, and she took me to like Quick Trip or something, and she gave me her card to pay with, and she kept telling me like, don't put the card down, don't lose the card, like don't get distracted. And like, I don't even lose things like that, but she just knew I was gonna lose her card, right? So I get in there and I buy my snacks and I come back out, and she's like, okay, give me the card. And I'm like, oh no, I left the card, or you know, I don't know where the card is, I lost it. And she flipped out, and like, I'm talking borderline tears, and I'm like, no, I'm kidding. Like, I pulled it out of my pocket and it was right there, and she was like, Kayla, that's not funny. And I was like, okay. So that's probably the best one I've ever done, because she was very, very serious about that. She didn't find it funny, but I was like, gotcha. What emoji do you use the most when texting? Probably the crying one, like the 2 eyes crying, or the dead, like the skull emoji. Emoji? Okay. I don't like that one. Let's keep it lighthearted. I don't want any of the deep ones. This is cute. I already like this one. Okay. This says, if you could have a theme song play whenever you entered a room, what would it be? Where's my lip gloss? Automatically, I start thinking of songs from my childhood, like Liv and Maddie or Austin and Ally, because those are my favorite ones. Probably not Jessie. Jessie was one of my favorite shows, but it says her name Jessie and my name's not Jessie. So if it were like, I'm up with the sunshine, I tell you come. Wait, how's the song start? Yeah. I'm up with the sunshine, I lace up my high tops, slam dunk, ready or not, yeah, show me what you got. If that started playing every time I came in, that'd be so cute. Or like, when the crowd wants more, I'll bring on the thunder. Cause you got my back and I'm not going under. Yeah, that one eats. I don't know. Probably Liv and Maddie or Austin Alley one. Good Luck Charlie one is good too, but that was another one of my favorite shows. I don't know. There's also a song from my favorite, one of my fave Disney movies, Starstruck, which is like, there's something about the sunshine, baby. I'm seeing you in a whole new light. I don't know, that one, or like, I think Liv and Maddie one. I think the Liv and Maddie one. Or should it be Austin Alley? One of those. How does a Good Luck Charlie one go? Liv and Maddie, like the pop and like sound of it all is me. But the Austin Alley one, like the lyrics are so like, yeah, like people get excited when you come around, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, one of those. Okay, what's the most embarrassing thing you've done in public without realizing it? Like, I didn't realize it in the moment, but now I know that that was embarrassing. Without realizing it, I don't think I've ever done something embarrassing and didn't know that it was embarrassing. Like, I might have just not cared, you know? The only thing I can think of is that I can be a little... You feel what I mean? And when people are saying things to me, sometimes I'm like, yeah. And then I might say something that makes no sense, and they're like, what? And then I'm like, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I thought I got it, and I actually don't. And so that's embarrassing. But I do that a lot. So I feel like I know that you're probably embarrassed for me, but I'm not embarrassed because that happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? So probably that. I don't know. What's the weirdest combination of foods you've ever eaten and enjoyed? I don't know if this doesn't sound weird to me, but like tofu, I eat tofu all the time. And tofu kind of has the texture of eggs, like scrambled eggs. And so I love tofu and grits because it's kind of like grits and eggs to me. Also tofu and pancakes, or like tofu and waffles because it's like eggs and pancakes or eggs and waffles. That is so good. I don't care. I literally don't care. But that's not even the weirdest one. One time I did grits on top of like noodles, like spaghetti noodles. I don't know why I did that. I act like I had no food in the house. I think I was just doing stuff. I don't remember how old I was when I did that. I wasn't that young. I had to be like 17. I did like regular spaghetti noodles and like butter grits, and it was really good. So probably that. I don't know. What's the funniest childhood story your family still tells about you? My mom tells me this story sometimes about how when I was young, I was like maybe 6, we were in the grocery store and I was dancing like really hard, like really enjoying myself because there was this song playing in the store. And then all of a sudden I slipped and fell and like my cheek smacked the ground, like the tile, and it was really loud. And everybody turned around and looked at me, and everybody felt bad because they all could see that I was dancing and I was having a good time. And she didn't want to upset me, so she turned away because she was laughing at me, and she didn't want me to feel bad. So that's funny. What's the most hilarious prank you've ever pulled? Probably like I said, the one about my mom. What's the most unusual talent you have that not many people know about? Most unusual? I guess I would also probably just say, like I said, like the flexibility thing. I don't know if it's a talent that like all of my joints pop. Like my wrist will do that over and over again. My ankle does it, but it's louder. Let's see if I can get it to do it. Like I don't know if that's a talent, but my joints pop really loud. Either that or the flexibility thing. If you could be any animal for a day, which one would you choose? I don't want to be an animal. I've never in my life been like, I wish I could be that animal for a day. Except for maybe like, I wished I could have some animal qualities, like breathing underwater. I wish that I could breathe underwater so bad. So I'm going to change that and say if you could have any animal quality for a day, what would you choose? And I would say breathing underwater. I would be at the pool all day, just breathing underwater. That's cool. What's the quirkiest habit you have that you've managed to hide until now? The quirkiest habit you have that you managed to hide until now? I don't know. I feel like if there's something quirky about me or strange or odd, I don't know it. I don't think about things that like I do that I don't want people to know that I do that. I don't know. If I do that, like I said, if it's quirky, I don't know that. And I do it around people all the time. They're probably like, she's a little weird. And I didn't think that people thought that that would be weird. I don't know. I don't think I have one. If you had to survive a zombie apocalypse, what 3 items would you take with you? If I had to survive a zombie apocalypse, what 3 items would I take with me? Here's the thing. Anything connected to like electricity, because some people will be like a charger or like a portable charger. If it's an apocalypse, eventually all the internet's going to run out and you having electricity won't matter. So you need to have something that like isn't going to run out or like actually matters. Like a knife or something. So probably some sort of weapon to kill a zombie if it comes up to me. Maybe like matches because matches because I might need to make a fire. Not a lighter because that's going to run out of fluid, but like matches. Probably, okay, probably matches, a lantern to carry the fire in so that I can see wherever I go, and a tin, like a pail or something. Not a pail, what do you call it? Canteen. That's the word I'm looking for, but a newer word for that. A thermos. A thermos? A lantern to hold my light in, like my fire, and matches. Those are the 3 items that I want. So I can make a fire, carry my fire wherever I need to take it, and also a canteen or like a thermos. A canteen or a thermos. So if I find water, I can boil my water in my thermos and then drink it. Okay. What's the most ridiculous fashion trend you've ever followed? I don't think I really follow fashion trends, but like makeup trends, which is funny because I don't do my makeup ever anymore. But I used to try and fill in my eyebrows, and sometimes I still do, but usually I go without them now because I don't care. I have no eyebrows, and I don't know. That doesn't bother me that much anymore, but when I was like 13 and 14, I would fill in, okay, first of all, if I were 13 or 14, oh my god. Hiccups? I had to be younger than that, like 12. That was like 2016, 2017. When I filled in my eyebrows, I did like blocky eyebrows, like 2016 block eyebrows. I did that, and that was really, really ugly for everybody. Like some people knew how to eat it down, and then even so, when you look at those pictures, you're like, oh, those 2016 brows. You know what I'm saying? So probably that. What's a funny scene from a movie or TV show that always makes you laugh? That's a good one. There's a few. There's this show called Everybody Loves Raymond. It's older. My mom loves that show. And she has watched it. When I tell you I have never not known that show, I grew up watching that show because she watched it all the time. There's this episode where Ray and his wife Deborah are arguing because trying to keep it family friendly, right? But they're married, right? And there's something that married people get into. And Ray was saying that he could go longer without having it than she could. And she was like, no way, like I could go way longer than you could. And he said something like, you're going to come back to me saying pretty please with sugar on top. But he said it with like a southern accent. So he was like, oh yeah, you're going to be coming back to me begging, saying sugar please or pretty please with sugar on top. Like it was so funny to me. The first time I heard that, I was cracking up. Every time I think about that scene, that makes me laugh. So Everybody Loves Raymond, it's on Peacock, the streaming app Peacock. So if you want to watch that one, I don't remember what that episode is called, but I mean, It's the whole show is hilarious, and there are multiple parts that are really, really funny, but off the top of my head, that part is really funny. What's a cheesy pickup line you've heard or used that actually worked? There's a couple that, like, I heard for the first time that I was like, oh, that's kind of funny, but I don't know if I consider someone saying a pickup line to me and me finding it funny, it working. You know what I'm saying? Like, you said it to me and I laughed, but does that mean that it worked? Does that mean that you're in? I don't know. You'd have to make me laugh like multiple times, and they can't all be pickup lines. So I don't know if I feel like you making me laugh because of it is like it working or not, if I just thought it was funny. But one of them's like really generic now. The first time I heard it though, I was like 13 or 14, and I thought it was funny. It was like, are you from Tennessee? 'Cause you're the only 10 I see. I thought that was funny the first time I heard it. I don't know. But would that work on me? Probably. I don't know. That's funny. If you could say something to me and I'm not like, ew, or like, like gross ones are not funny. But that one is just like cutesy and like, you said it to me because you think I'm pretty or whatever. I think that might work on me. I can't lie. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. What's the weirdest dream you've ever had that you can remember? This is so freaking funny. Okay. I have a few that are really funny, but let's see. Which one do I want to tell? I'll say it like this. There's one that's really, really funny, but I have a reoccurring dream where I'm in this school and it's like a boarding school, and the teacher or like the headmaster of the school is a bad guy. He's evil. And all of the students don't know that he's evil. And I'm trying to keep them from like being alone with him or like going places with him or like doing what he says because he might tell them to do something dangerous, and they'll just do it because they trust him, right? And I'm stressed out like the entire dream because I'm trying to convince everyone that he's bad and they don't believe me. And the headmaster's on to me. He knows that I know he's a bad guy. So every word that I say, everything that I do, he's watching me under a microscope trying to make sure that I don't tell people that he's bad, right? Those kind of dreams stress me out so bad, where I know something and I'm trying to get other people to listen to me or understand and they don't. I have dreams like that all the time. I don't know why. Because I'm a genius and I know everything. And no one knows anything and they have to listen to me. I don't know. But I have dreams all the time where I know something, or I have information about something, and I'm trying to communicate it and people just don't understand. That's weird. Okay. What's the most hilarious text message you sent to the wrong person? Here and there, I've been in a situation where the most hilarious text message you've sent to the wrong person? Like, you sent them something that you didn't mean to send them, and this is the most hilarious situation that's happened in, or you sent something funny to someone, but you meant to send that funny thing to someone else. You get what I'm saying? I think they're saying... Wait, it literally says the most hilarious text message you sent to the wrong person. So maybe you sent something funny to someone, but the person you sent it to won't understand it, and you meant to send it to somebody else. If that's the case... Probably, I think one time I sent something really funny to my dad, but it was like extremely stupid. And he was like, what? And I was like, what do you mean you don't get it? And I thought I sent it to my sister. And I was like, oh, never mind. Like, completely disregard that, okay? Like, so that's happened before when I said something to my parents that I meant to send to my sister. But if it's something that I think my parents are going to, like, scold me for, I, like, pay very close attention to who I send it to. You know what I'm saying? But, like, something I just think is funny, I usually just, like, open my phone and choose it, and hopefully it's my sister. But sometimes I send it to my parents. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe something like that. I don't remember what it was. Some sort of TikTok, probably. What's the weirdest thing you've ever collected or wanted to collect? There's a hole in my sock. What's the weirdest thing you've ever collected or wanted to collect? I don't think I've ever really wanted to collect anything aside from like stuffed animals, but I don't really consider that a collection. I just buy them when I want to. and I have them now. But I wouldn't say I collect stuffed animals, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like crystals, like rocks. When I was in the 5th grade, I wanted to collect. I could actually show you. I'm not going to because they're under my bed. But when I wanted to collect rocks, I went to DC one time for a field trip when I lived in Delaware when I was in the 5th grade. And there was this shop. It had all kinds of stuff, but I bought a handful of different crystals and I thought it was so cool. And I still have them. And so for a while I wanted to collect rocks. I don't know. But not like, rocks, but like crystals and gems and rubies and stuff like that. I don't know if that's weird. Is that weird? What's the best and most embarrassing dance move? Oh, what is your best and most embarrassing dance move? I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that. I don't dance for real. What's your go-to karaoke song, even if you're not a great singer? I had earlier said Bad Liar by Selena Gomez. I love that song. What's a joke that's so bad it's actually good? I don't know, but I completely understand what they're saying. Like, have you ever seen something that is so not funny that it's just funny? A joke that's so bad it's actually good. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Wait, what time is it? Ugh. I have to go to bed soon, guys. I have to wake up so early. I have to be up at 6, and it's 11:30. If you could swap places with your pet for a day, would you? What is this? I've never had a pet. Sad. I want one so bad, but I've never had a pet. And I don't know that if I did, that I would want to trade places with an animal. I've never felt that way. That is so strange. I thought about changing places with other people, but not animals. I don't know. What's the funniest autocorrect fail you've experienced? I don't know. That one's random. I don't know. That's the end of that one. Questions? Wait, let's see. Lame. Why spicy hot seat questions for your boyfriend? 21 spicy questions for couples. I just want would you rather simple. I don't need the spice. No, thank you. What the heck? This is funny. Okay. This is probably the last one. Okay. Would you rather trade some intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence? This is funny because they're like, would you rather trade some intelligence? Like just a little bit of intelligence for looks? Or looks for intelligence? I'm good the way that I am. I feel like I look good. I'm generally kind of smart ish. I know what I'm talking about most of the time. You feel what I mean? I don't really need to be smarter or look better. I feel like I look pretty good. Would you rather trade some intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence? But if I had to choose, I might have to be a little bit shallow and say intelligence for looks. Just because I think I have some intelligence to spare. I think I got a little bit of intelligence to spare. If everything in your house had to be one color, what color would you choose? Probably white. Wait, am I tripping, guys? Not white, not white. They said everything. I was thinking like my walls and like my furniture, but no. Everything had to be one color. I guess pink. Because every color has, so many shades that it could be, but pink it gets really close to white sometimes. And also, I really like pink. Also, pink is my favorite color. Okay. What animal would be the most terrifying if it could speak? That's funny to me. Probably. Wait, I don't know. I was gonna say like an alligator, but what's a genuinely kind of scary animal that you wouldn't want to look at? And now, not only do you have to look at it, but you have to listen to what it has to say. I can only think of like something massive, probably like a whale. Because like I said earlier, I don't like things that tower over me or that are really just large for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like ships are gigantic. You will never catch me on a ship, guys. You will never catch me on a ship. They're way too big. Whales are massive, and I never want to see a whale for as long as I live. And if I had to know that whales talk, that would freak me out, I think. Would you rather have unlimited sushi for life or unlimited tacos? Unlimited tacos for life. Unlimited tacos. I don't like sushi. Gag. Sushi is... If you had a warning label, what would yours say? Caution, she talks a lot. I talk a lot. Would you rather go 30 days without your phone or your entire life without dessert? 30 days without my phone. I'm on Pinterest a lot, but aside from being on Pinterest, I don't know where my phone is half the time. I lose it a lot. And if it's lost or I feel like I don't want to look for it, I'll read, I'll watch TV, I'll do something else. You know what I'm saying? I rarely ever look for my phone when I feel like it's lost, and I lose it a lot. So, you know how many days I've gone to school and left my phone at home? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, leaving my phone places and going somewhere and not having it. I don't know. Would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on a great team? Best player on a horrible team, because my name will be known. Okay, that kind of did look a thumbs up. Okay, I'll give you that one. But the other ones, no. But yeah, probably best player on a horrible team, because even though my team sucks, if I'm a good player, then maybe I could go pro somewhere else eventually. I don't know. But like, if I'm on a team and I say, yeah, I play on this team, and they're like, oh, I've never heard of you. Please. That would suck so bad. So yeah, I would rather be like known on a bad team. Be like, oh, your team is terrible, but you're good. Yeah. If one animal was made the size of an elephant, which would be the scariest? I think any kind of bug. Because bugs are creepy up close. No bug looks good up close. Not even a butterfly. Butterflies up close look gross. So probably some sort of bug, like a spider. A spider the size of an elephant. That's just not cute. That's not cute. Probably a spider. Who or where would you haunt if you were a ghost? Did that one. If you were reincarnated as a famous landmark, what would it be? How do you even come up with that? I don't know. A famous landmark, what would it be? It's sad because you're a landmark. You can't even go anywhere. What would it be? I would want to be somewhere safe. And like, I want to be somewhere safe and something like pretty. Maybe like a waterfall? I'd be some sort of waterfall. Does that sound dumb? Is that real? Yeah, landmarks can be waterfalls, yeah. I'd be some sort of waterfall. Which celebrity chef would you most like to make you dinner? I don't know anything about celebrity chefs, but you know that girl on TikTok? She's blonde. I can't tell if she's short or not, but she's slim, she's got blonde hair. She cooks on TikTok. Her name's like Trinity, or I'm not sure what her name is, but I love her so much. She did a cooking show, or she has her own cooking show. I'm not sure. I used to watch her all the time, but I haven't seen her in a long time. I want her to make me dinner. I trust her. I know her food is good. Okay. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Some sort of pasta. You guys ever had udon noodles? Or like stir fry noodles, or you feel what I mean? Listen, regular, like, you ever had, pause everything, you ever had butter noodles? Like, butter noodles with a little bit of, like, Parmesan and, like, cilantro, just a little bit of salt, all that. I would have that for the rest of my life. How much would someone have to pay you to eat a live spider? I would have to be set for life, chat. My life, my kids' lives, their kids' lives. I'm talking life. We'd have to be set for life. However much that is. However much money for life, and comfortably, lavishly. You feel what I mean? That much money, okay? What would be the worst movie sequel ever made? I'm gonna have to go with something like really popular, like The Notebook or something, because I've actually never seen The Notebook. But because it was so good and so popular and everybody just loves it so much, I think if there were a second one, nobody would want to see that. Is that real? If you've seen The Notebook, is that real? Or like Titanic. If they did a sequel, but it was like, well, they said sequel, not prequel. But either way, if they somehow wanted to add on to that story, but it had nothing to do with the first people, or it was a prequel and it was like something about their lives before, I don't think anybody would care about that, because those movies are very iconic and no one wants to add or take away from what it was. I feel like probably The Notebook. I'd say The Notebook. I don't think anyone wants a prequel for that. I don't think. If you've seen it, let me know if that's real. If you joined the circus, what would be your circus act? Some sort of flexibility thing. I'd be an acrobat. That'd be so cool. That would be so cool. If I had to go leave the circus right now, I'm doing an acrobat. I'm doing an acrobat act. You feel what I mean? That would be me right there. That'd be so cool. I would be doing like the hula hooping and the like, because, oh, that's a cool talent that I have. I'm really good at hula hooping. That's a fun fact. I've been good at hula hooping style. Really, like, I can hula hoop for a long time. I can hula hoop on my neck, on my arm, on my knees, all that. So I would be doing the hula hooping. I'd be doing the like jumping through, you know what I'm talking about, like jumping from thing to thing and like balancing on elephants, stuff like that. That would be me. Have you ever worn clothing with the label / tag still attached? Yes, I have. And it'll be like the kind of thing where it's poking me in my side all day and I don't think anything of it. And then I get home and I change and I'm about to go to bed and I'm like, I've been wearing the tag all day. That's what was bothering me. You know what's funny though? This is funny. This has nothing to do. This reminded me of wearing tags all day. I put things in my bra constantly. Like my rings. I wash my hands a lot. And are my hands big? Like, they look huge. But anyway. I'll take my rings off and I'll put them in my bra and then wash my hands and forget that I put them in there. And then I'll like pay for something and get change and then put the change in my bra. And I forget about it. It gets warm and then I don't feel it anymore. And I go about my day and I don't feel it. You can't see it. I completely forget about it. Then I get home, get ready to take a shower, and I'm, undressing, takes bra off, flings like change everywhere. My rings are on the floor. And I'm like, when did I do that? When did that happen? And I'm like thinking back to when I did all those things. If I put something in my bra, it's gone. It's out of my head. I completely forget about it until the bra comes off and everything is everywhere. So that's funny. Would you rather be the most popular kid in school or the smartest kid in school? I feel like being the smartest kid in school would make you popular. People would know that. And that's not something to not want people to know. If you're smart, that's really cool. Being the smartest kid in school is cool. If I'm the most popular kid, why am I popular? Am I nice? Am I really funny? If I'm like the class clown of the school, if I'm like the school's clown and everyone thinks I'm really funny, that's cool. But if I'm just popular, why am I popular? I feel like it depends on why I'm popular. But if I'm the smartest kid in school, I feel like I'm also popular for being smart. So I'm gonna go with smartest kid. Do you have any superstitions? I don't think so. Oh my god. When I tell you that balloon is tripping me up. It keeps freaking me out. Has it been there that whole time? I feel like it's moving. That scared me. I can't lie. Oof, I have like heebie-jeebies now. Do I have any superstitions? I don't think so. Not like, I'm trying to think, do I have any? No, I don't think so. Like something bad's gonna happen to you if you do or don't do this. I don't think so. What's the worst pickup line you've ever heard / dished out? You dished out a bad pickup line? That's embarrassing. I don't use pickup lines. I don't like, if I like a guy, I'm just gonna be around. I'm not really gonna go out of my way to say something clever. I'm just gonna kind of, But I think the worst pickup line I've ever heard, and I don't know if this counts as a pickup line, but when someone is like, hey, my friend really wants to talk to you, or my friend really wants your number, I can't stand that. You're chicken. You're chicken. You can't even talk to me. And some people, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but like, I hate that. I hate when people are like, oh, my friend, where's your friend? I can't even see him. Where is he? Who are we talking about? I hate that. Can't lie. If you were a man for a day, what would be the first thing you do? I can't lie, I've never thought that. I don't know. If I were a man for a day, what would I do? What do men even do? What do men do for real? I feel like it's known what girls do. Like a guy might say, oh, I'm going to curl my hair, or I'm going to do my makeup, or I'm going to go shopping at the mall or something. But what do guys do? They play video games. I know that. Guys play video games. And they work out a lot. Some of them do a lot of sports. I don't know. Maybe I'd be really athletic. That's so lame. Wait, if I were, if I were a guy for a day, I'd make a lot of thirst traps. I'd do a bunch of thirst traps. That's what I would do. Okay, yeah. That's what I would do. If I were a man for a day, I'd do thirst traps or like some sort of like super slutty dance or something. That's probably what I would do. What is the weirdest thing you find attractive in a person? Oh, I have one. When men are shy, or like when a man cries. I eat up men crying. I don't know why. If a man can cry in front of me, and now I'm not talking about like baby, because here's the thing. I rarely ever cry. We're together for 2 years. You may see me cry once. Like, I don't cry. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even to be like, oh, I never cry. Like, I get sad and I get like, I feel all the emotions, but rarely ever does it make me want to cry. You know what I'm saying? So something really bad would have to happen, or like, I don't know, you'd have to really hurt my feelings when I'm on my period and I stubbed my toe or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of things would have to happen for me to feel like I want to cry about it. So I'm like, if you're just crying, if you cry more than me, okay, no. But if I feel like, you get sad around me, you're not afraid to let me see you be sad, yeah. Or if I feel like you want to cry about this, but you're not going to, because I'm here, yeah, I'm eating that up. So yeah, if a man can be like sad or soft or like cry around me, love that. I'm eating that up every time. What cheesy song do you have memorized? I don't know if this is cheesy or not, but I love Can't Blame a Girl for Trying by Sabrina Carpenter. That is my jam. That is my jam. I know all the words. I've known all the words since the day it came out. That's me right there. If you got stuck in an elevator and you were forced to listen to only one song, what would it be? Like over and over again or something? Probably something long. So I don't have to listen to like a 2-minute song over and over again versus like a 5-minute song over and over again. You know what I mean? I don't know. What's my favorite song? You know what? Some sort of rap song. Because rap songs have a lot of words and it's hard to memorize the words. So if I'm stuck in an elevator and the song is going to keep playing over and over again, then I have something to occupy my mind. I can try and learn the words to it. So probably like an Eminem song. Any Eminem. Oh, you know what? Lose Yourself by Eminem. Because the other day I was live and I was doing songs, or I was doing videos that was like, guess the lyrics to the 2000 song, or like listen to these lyrics and guess the song from the 2000s. And I kept getting Lose Yourself by Eminem, and I don't know that song. I don't know it at all. And I couldn't ever guess it because I'd never heard it. And I was like, why does this keep coming up? This must be a really popular song. And I feel bad for not knowing it because it was like in all the videos. So if I get stuck in an elevator, that song needs to come on so I can learn the lyrics and know what people are talking about, because I was lost. What's something weird that you recommend everyone tries at least once? I don't know if this is weird or not, and I don't know if this is like something people do, but every single time I brought it up to someone, they were like, oh, maybe I've done that, or I don't know. Like, they weren't sure if they'd done it before. Popcorn and fruit snacks, or popcorn and some sort of gummy candy. I don't know what it is. It is fantastic. It can be Welch's gummy worms, or gummy worms. It could be Welch's gummies. It could be Mott's. It could be like Great Value, or like store brand gummy worms or gummy bears. It could be Lifesavers. Anything gummy, nothing chewy, like not Starburst or like Skittles or like what are those called, like Everlastings, or like whatever those square candies. Nothing chewy. I'm talking gummy stuff. You feel what I mean? Gummy bears, gummy worms, like I said, fruit snacks, Lifesavers, gummy candy, and like theater popcorn, like buttery popcorn. So good. Everybody needs to try that in their life. It is so good. And I don't know if that's like a strange combo or something, but every time I told someone, hey, have you ever had like fruit snacks with popcorn? They're like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, that's a freaking shame. That is a darn crying shame. It is so good. Okay, last one. What do you think is the most unpleasant sounding word? I got two of them. I got two for you. Moist, I never understood. Moist does not sound weird to me. It doesn't gross me out. I feel like I want something to be moist. If something is supposed to be moist, I want it moist. And I'm not afraid to say, hey, this is extremely moist and it's really good. You feel what I mean? Like, I like that word. I feel like, yeah. I cannot stand the word tender. That, and I think it's because when I think of saying tender, I think of like a wound being tender, and it like hurts, and it's purpley, and it's like pussy, and it's gross. That's what I think when I think tender. It hurts. Or like if your muscle is tender, like, you know what I'm saying, like it makes you wince. Gross. And so it doesn't matter what circumstance. Like if someone's like, oh, the meat's almost done, it's really tender, I'm like, ooh, ugh, the meat is tender, ew. It grosses me out. It doesn't sound like a good thing to me. Also, so that one's my main one. I don't like that word. That's the one I give to this answer. Now, kind of like a side answer, like a goofy one, I don't like the word snacks. That's funny to me. And I think it's the at the end, the snacks. I don't like that sound. I can say desks. That doesn't bother me. But snacks, I don't like that. When people are like, oh, we're going to go buy some snacks. I don't like that. I'd rather say, oh, we're going to go buy some food, or we're going to get something to eat, or we're going to get something small to eat, something quick to eat. But saying snacks, And I'll say it because it's like inconvenient for me not to. It doesn't make sense for me to try and find another way for me to say it, but I don't like the word snacks. But overall, in the big scheme of things, I don't like the word tender. It makes me cringe. So anyway, guys, it is 11:54, almost midnight. I have to get up at 6 in the morning. And I have to drive myself to school. And it's 30 minutes away. And I need at least an hour to get ready in the morning, which is why I have to wake up at 6. So I can leave at 7. I have to leave the house at 7. Why? All for school. But yeah, anyway, I have to go do that. So hope you guys have a good Monday. I'll be live again tomorrow around the same time, probably around like 10. So yeah, this was fun though. I'll find something else to do where I don't have to like get on YouTube, because also I don't enjoy trying to stream from my computer. It confuses me. I can do it, but I don't necessarily enjoy it. Also, my camera on my phone is better than it is on my computer. So when I upload this to YouTube, it won't look as crummy. All these things. There are so many different reasons why it's better for me to do it on my phone. So I think I'm going to try and maintain this kind of setup, okay? But yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.